everyone, and welcome back to Small English Talk. I'm Anna, and I want to say thank you for being here with us today, because choosing to listen to something calm in a busy world is already a small act of kindness towards yourself.
Hi everyone, I'm Jake. I feel the same way, Anna. These conversations feel like a quiet corner of the day where nothing needs to be perfect and no one needs to hurry.
Jake, before we even touch today's topic, I want to ask you something very honestly, and I want you to answer without trying to be polite.
Okay, that sounds dangerous, but go ahead.
Do you feel awake right now? Not just physically, but mentally and emotionally as well.
Yes, I do. I feel clear, present, and calm, like my thoughts are lined up instead of running in different directions.
Of course you do. That answer already explains so much about who you are.
And what about you?
I feel awake in my body because I had coffee, but inside my head it still feels like everything is loading slowly, as if my brain hasn't fully agreed to start the day yet.
That sounds very familiar for someone who is not a morning person.
Exactly. And that's why today's conversation feels very personal to me, because we're talking about something that quietly shapes how people experience their entire day, often without realizing it.
Yes, today we're talking about being a morning person or a night person, but not in a simple or funny way. We're talking about how it feels, how it affects confidence, and how it changes the way people see themselves.
Because this topic is never really about sleep alone. It's about pressure, expectations, comparison, and the way society quietly tells us what kind of person we should be.
That's very true. So let's start with something simple and honest. What time did you wake up today?
I woke up a little after 9, and saying that out loud makes me feel like I need to explain or defend myself.
Why do you feel that way?
Because when people hear that I wake up after 9, I can almost feel the silent judgment, even if no one says anything, like I should immediately prove that I'm still responsible, motivated, and serious about life.
I understand that. I woke up a little after 6, and when I say that, people usually react in the opposite way.
Yes, they say things like, "Wow, that's impressive," or "You're so disciplined," even though they don't know how your day actually looks.
Exactly. Waking up early becomes a symbol of being good or successful, even when it doesn't tell the full story at all.
For me, mornings feel like pressure. They feel bright, loud, and demanding, even when nothing bad is happening. That feeling starts almost the moment I open my eyes.
For me, mornings feel quiet and gentle, like the world hasn't started asking me for things yet, and I still have space to think before the noise begins.
That difference alone shows how unfair it is to compare people using the same clock when our bodies and minds experience time so differently.
I agree. When I wake up early, it doesn't feel like discipline or effort. It feels natural, like my body prefers that rhythm and works better inside it.
And for me, waking up early always feels like I'm fighting myself, like my body is saying, this is not when we think clearly, and this is not when we feel our best.
So when do you feel your best?
Late in the evening, usually around 9 or 10, when messages slow down, expectations disappear, and I finally feel clear, confident, and focused.
That's exactly the moment when my energy starts quietly leaving the room and my body begins asking for rest.
It's funny how opposite that is, because for me, that moment feels like the beginning of my real day, not the end.
And yet, we live in a world that mostly follows one rhythm, which is the morning rhythm.
Yes, and that's where night people often start feeling like something is wrong with them, when nothing actually is.
I think many people don't realize how deeply this affects self-confidence. Because when you hear messages like successful people wake up early again and again, it slowly becomes personal.
Exactly. You start thinking, maybe I'm lazy, or maybe I don't have discipline, when in reality, your energy simply works on a different schedule.
When you wake up in the morning, what is the first emotion you notice?
Honestly, it's confusion mixed with resistance. Like my brain hasn't agreed to participate yet and needs a little time to catch up with my body.
That sounds uncomfortable.
It is. Light feels too strong. Sounds feel sharper than they should, and even small decisions feel heavier than they really are.
For me, mornings feel gentle. The light feels softer and my thoughts feel organized instead of scattered.
And that's why advice like just wake up earlier can feel so frustrating because it ignores how different mornings actually feel inside different people.
I completely agree. Advice without understanding often sounds simple but feels impossible.
I want to share a small story because I think many people listening will recognize themselves in it.
I'm listening.
A few days ago, I decided to wake up early because I told myself that maybe I needed to change, maybe mornings were better, and maybe I was missing something important.
That's a very human thought.
I prepared everything carefully the night before, set my alarm, went to bed earlier than usual, and genuinely believed that this time would feel different.
And how did it feel when you woke up?
It felt like my body was angry with me. Not tired, not sleepy, but genuinely upset, as if it was saying, "Why are you doing this to us?"
That's very honest.
Then someone said, "Wow, you're up early, that's so good." And I smiled politely while thinking, why does this feel bad if it's supposed to be good?
That question says a lot.
That's when I realized something important. I don't actually want to become a morning person. I just want mornings that don't feel like punishment.
That difference matters a lot.
Because becoming someone else feels impossible, but treating yourself better feels possible.
I feel that on the opposite side. I don't want to become a night person, but sometimes I wish nights didn't feel so heavy.
What do you mean by heavy?
At night, my thoughts get louder, and instead of feeling creative, I start replaying the day, thinking about what I didn't finish or what I could have done better.
That happens to me in the morning.
Exactly, same feeling, different time.
Which means the real issue isn't morning or night, but when our minds feel safe and calm.
That's a very important realization.
This topic sounds simple, but emotionally it goes very deep because it affects work, relationships, and even how we speak to ourselves when no one else is listening.
Especially at work, where schedules often don't match energy.
Most jobs start early, which works well for morning people, but can be extremely difficult for night people.
And then night people are judged for being slow or unfocused, even though they might do their best work later in the day.
Some people are not lazy, they're just tired at the wrong time.
That sentence deserves to be repeated.
It really does.
I think this is especially important for students and young people.
Yes, teenagers, for example, are often naturally more awake at night.
And instead of understanding that, we pressure them to wake up earlier and perform better, which often creates stress and shame instead of motivation.
So much shame comes from fighting your own rhythm instead of listening to it.
That's true for adults as well.
Let's talk about small changes, not strict rules, because strict rules usually fail.
I like that approach.
For night people who struggle with mornings, the first thing I would say is to stop being angry at yourself when you wake up.
The way you talk to yourself matters more than people realize.
Yes, saying I'm bad at mornings feels very different from saying my brain needs time.
One sounds like failure, and the other sounds like information.
And making mornings softer helps too, like avoiding loud noise, very bright lights, or stressful messages right away.
Phones are especially difficult.
Yes, because they bring the entire world into your brain before you're ready.
For morning people who struggle at night, kindness matters too.
Tell me more.
Not forcing yourself to stay awake just to match others, and not treating sleep like a reward you must earn.
That idea is so harmful.
It is. Rest is not a prize, it's a basic need.
I think both morning and night people feel pressure, just in different ways.
Morning people feel pressure to always use their energy perfectly.
And night people feel pressure to fit into a system that wasn't built for them.
Exactly.
When you think about it this way, it becomes much easier to feel compassion instead of judgment.
And compassion changes how we talk to ourselves.
If someone listening right now feels broken because they don't match the normal schedule, I want them to hear this clearly.
You are not broken.
Your rhythm is not a mistake.
It's information about how your body and mind work.
And listening to that information can bring calm instead of stress.
Before we finish, I want to ask you one last thing.
Okay?
If you could design your ideal day without judgment, what would it look like?
It would start gently, without rushing, with time to wake up slowly, and it would end late with quiet focus and creativity when my mind feels most alive.
That sounds peaceful.
What about you?
My ideal day would start early with calm and space and end early too, with rest before my thoughts become heavy.
Different rhythms, same goal.
Yes, peace.
If you're listening right now, ask yourself one simple question.
When do I feel calm and clear?
Not impressive, not productive.
Just calm.
That answer matters.
Thank you for spending this time with us.
If you enjoyed this conversation, please subscribe to Small English Talk.
And tell us in the comments, are you more alive in the morning?
Or at night.
Write your answer in English. It's great practice.
Have a peaceful day.
Or a gentle night.
We'll talk again very soon.
Bye for now.
Bye, everyone.